Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Level Grinding. This is our third one this week, trying to catch you up for that downtime that we had after I got a job and my body forgot that it doesn't want to do shit like that. What we're going to do today, we're going to go over IGN released a whole slew of trailers and stuff from this past IGN staff meeting weekend. We're going to go over all of that. We're going to go and discuss what we're excited about with the upcoming games. It is Drew here again with Rob. What's going on, buddy?
How much? Another day older.
Another day older. Specifically, another day older. Today is your birthday, my friend. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
We are going to record, edit, post all of this. That way the whole world has got your, 22nd birthday on file?
I wish. 37.
Fucking same. I'll be older. July, I'll be ahead of you again, don't worry. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get started on that. You have got our list of trailers and stuff because I don't have what the kids call free time, so I haven't been able to get caught up on these. So we're going to have you just go down the list. I'll ask any questions that I have because we all know that's how I operate. And we'll discuss stuff. So go ahead and get us started, my friend.
Hey, to start off, before we hit the IGN Fanfest, Bethesda Steam sale currently happening. 100 different games, with Fallout 4 being among them. Price drops for the Fallout Classic Collection, which includes 1, 2, and Tactics, is $16.77. Fallout 3 is $2.23 US. Fallout 4 is $5.90. Fallout New Vegas is $8.37. Deathloop is only $18. Like, it's a fucking great list. We are not sponsored by either Bethesda or Steam. I wish.
Yeah, no, that'd be great. If you guys want to pay me, I'll brag about your games more than I already do, which is weird, honestly.
The Elder Scrolls Online came out with a trailer during the IGN Fanfest for their expansion Necrom. This trailer was the Arcanist class overview. It'll let you deal damage and support allies, as well as be tanky so you can absorb punishment from enemies. So that makes it a very flexible class, especially in that game where it's like, this is what this class does. Otherwise, you're going to be screwed if you try another role. One of our biggest supporters, Kyle, it's his favorite game.
Yeah, I keep meaning to go try it, and I remember to say I haven't isn't fair. I did it before, when it first launched, before they did any patches or anything.
Oh, when it was bad.
Yeah, so I've been savagely tainted. So I'm probably overdue to go give it another shot because I love Skyrim, the Elder Scrolls in general, and just the lore of the world. So maybe once I get caught up on games, we'll give that a shot and see what we can do with that.
All right, but game that caught my attention right away, and unfortunately it's another one that we're gonna need to get an Xbox for, but the last case of Benedict Fox. It's a darker toned detective game where you fight demons, monsters, and you go to all kinds of creepy location. It's coming out April 20th.
I guess that'll be the first game we need an Xbox for. The rest of them don't release until well after.
Yeah, we got to look at the Jedi Chambers puzzle rooms for Jedi Survivor, and they looked really freaking cool. They were super interactive puzzles and just looked real good fun. The trailer they dropped for it was 4 minutes and 44 seconds of puzzles.
That's what's up. That's like a real challenge to some Star Wars fans. So
yeah,
I enjoy puzzles. It's everything I see about this new Star Wars game just makes me more excited for it. That, and then once we finally get this KOTOR remake, Gabe.
Lazy Bear Games showed off the first trailer for Punch Club 2 Fast Forward, the sequel to their 2016 RPG Punch Club. We don't have a release date yet, but we know it's coming to PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo Steam, and Nintendo Switch and Steam. That's right, Nintendo Steam and Switch.
Nintendo Steam.
The trailer had a bunch of pop culture references, including an opening that parodied The Matrix.
Do what now? Give me that one more time.
it had a bunch of pop culture references in it, so I was excited because you know me, including an opening that parodied The Matrix.
Okay. And what game was this?
And that was Punch Club 2 Fast Forward.
Okay. Okay.
Liza P showed a release window that it's coming this August. This is the Souls-like Pinocchio game,
Sure.
including it showed us a look at the Blue Fairy, who is responsible for Pinocchio getting his goals in the original story.
Yeah.
Redfall devs, which is Arcane, the people who made Dishonored and all that, they brought some new gameplay footage and they answered a bunch of questions with the IGN team. We learned that Arcane wanted to focus on world building and narrative in Redfall. They also spoke about the weapons, said some players will be instantly familiar with, and some that are uniquely related to vampire slaying.
Alrighty. Well, definitely worth looking at least.
Yeah, Diablo 4's beta kicks off in March. It'll be March 17th through 19th for early access buyers. The general public will have access March 24th through 26th.
Oh, so we got like a weekend.
Yeah, just the little open beta teaser.
Do they have a release date yet for the full game?
Yeah, they've had one. I have to look what it is, but we've gone over it ourselves.
I'm sure. I live a
June
life.
2nd, 2023, 20 days before a good game comes out.
And then what's the release date for the beta?
March 24th through 26th for the general public.
Okay.
There was an exclusive, almost 2-minute clip of AEW Fight Forever. It was Adam Page versus Bryan Danielson.
What's up? Do love those two. How'd it look? I haven't watched it.
A game called Tuatara Games, a company called Tuatara Games, gave us a look at bare butt boxing.
Yeah. Did you hear me?
You said you got to watch it.
I said, how was it? I haven't watched it. And you just went on to the next game.
Oh, I thought you said I got to watch that. I was like, okay. Terribly sorry. It was pretty fucking good.
Was it?
It was short, so that bothered me a little because I was getting into the match and it was like, and I'm like, hey, come back.
Get back in. I gotta know what happened.
They were also releasing all kinds of trailers for TV shows and stuff. Like freaking Shadow and Bones season 2 trailer was phenomenal. That's a show that me and Andrew really enjoyed. So the fact that it got a season 2 when they told us last year, we were excited. And now there's a trailer, so I can see how good it is. And then there's a Batman and Doom crossover, apparently.
Okay.
It's a animated film. It's called Batman the Doom That Came to Gotham.
All right. I see why they covered that one at least. It's got game attached to it at least. Or something.
Yeah. There was this low graphics game called D-Exit Eternal Matters. It looks like it's done with the Roblox engine, but it doesn't say that, so that's just me hating on it, even though it looks like it's fun. It's just the graphics were low quality. But it's an atmospheric light puzzle platformer with some hints of stealth. It's everything you hate, but I love it.
I don't hate stealth. What do you mean?
Platforming.
No, it's not everything. I hate Dark Souls. You can't
That's
platform
fair.
in that game. You try to jump, you dead.
Dungeon Boss Respawn is coming to Netflix games. Dungeon Boss was a 2015 game where you played as the keeper of the dungeon. Don't want to say that for fear of someone thinking I'm talking about Dungeon Keeper. The turn-based RPG For the King has its sequel coming out, For the King 2. And these games are inspired by tabletop games that let you play in a party of up to 4, which I know that's not your bag. You don't like other people existing.
I don't mind other people existing. I just don't need them in my game.
The new trailer for Friends vs. Friends came out. It's apparently a frantic PvP shooter, so I'm going to give it a pass. Though it is odd that it's a frantic PvP shooter that incorporates deck building mechanics into its gameplay.
All right, guys. I wish we'd stop trying to reinvent the wheel.
There's a Starship Captain simulator called Jump Light Odyssey. It's anime themed. The artwork really reminisces of, like, they were going for the style of Voltron.
Okay.
It puts you in the shoes of a starship captain. You get to build your ship, manage resources, and explore the stars, all while taking care of your crew and their mental health and physical health.
This is a Star Trek Odyssey infringement, and I'll not have it. But that's fair. We'll play it. See how it goes.
It's coming to early access sometime this year. That's all it said.
Okay.
Not for broadcast, the FMV horror game got its first DLC announced, and it's coming next month. It's called Live and Spooky.
Okay.
It's paranormal investigation. After 10 years, we have a new Starship Troopers game, Starship Troopers Extermination. This is a cooperative FPS that you have classes, and like the support class looks really good, which that's not surprising coming out of me. I love doing the support classes.
I'm shocked, truly.
And then there was the new Street Fighter RPG mobile game. It's a gacha. It's called Street Fighter Duel.
Hey.
Game that really caught my attention, and go ahead. What were you saying?
No, I'm just like, where's the gotcha games I've been begging for?
Yeah, where's our Suikoden gacha?
I'm like, hey, where's my Suikoden gotcha game? Is my Fire Emblem gotcha game still up?
It's going down.
Bless it, of course it is.
And this is Capcom, not Konami. So
I know.
really...
I'm yelling at the universe, not the company.
Oh,
I'm like, I want a
okay.
Suikoden gotcha game, and they're like, Street Fighter, and I'm like, fully no.
I'm like, yeah, maybe. Let me see it.
Like, fucking hell. Okay.
And then there was a game that caught my attention and has both my hope and worry. I mentioned it to you earlier in passing, but The Alters.
Yes.
The ID in a game all about choices. In this game, you must make choices and face the consequences by meeting all your different personalities. They released a 30-second teaser trailer.
Oh, very nice.
It literally is long enough for it to ask one question, then it ends. And I was like, okay, you've got me intrigued.
It's like, all right, now finish telling me.
Telltale Games came out with, they've been working on a game for The Expanse, and they finally dropped a gameplay trailer for that. Kara G is coming back as Kamina Drummer. Other than that, the trailer showed exploration and conversations on the Artemis.
Okay. What's The Expanse for those of us who don't watch TV?
It's a sci-fi series that was on the Sci-Fi Channel and got brought to Amazon because Sci-Fi stopped caring for it. It's a show Andrew particularly enjoys.
Is that the one that's not Star Trek?
A lot of them are not Star Trek.
Well, that's Star Trek, but it's not Star Trek.
No, this is like sci-fi, creepy.
Oh, you know what? I'm thinking of The Orville.
Oh, I love The Orville so much.
That's what I was thinking of. All right.
And then there's another one that's coming out that is sci-fi themed. It's The Invincible.
Okay.
It's a new game based on the novel of the same name by Stanislaw Lem. New trailer showed just a lot of establishing spot shots for space exploration. showed excavation and robots, all while setting the game's creepy and off-putting tone. The PC super hit that was like a sleeper hit, Valheim, is coming to Xbox Series X. They released a trailer of it running on it, and it actually was running much more smoothly than I thought it would.
I'm so over Valheim, man. And it's nothing to do with like the game itself. The game is fine. But for those who haven't known me for more than 15 minutes, the fucking Viking reenactment community is just so bonerific over Valheim. It's unreal. And I'm glad the people who play it and enjoy it have got their game. But holy shit, am I just exhausted with Valheim's existence.
One of the bigger trailers that's not a video game, but something that you'll be really interested in.
Oh?
10-minute voice acting lesson from Johnny Young Bosch.
Oh, that's what's up.
Promoting Trigun Stampede.
I do love learning and Johnny Young Bosch.
Yeah.
So that's helpful.
Game coming out called Homebody. It's a horror game that's reminiscent of the PS2 era games. In this one, you're just catching up with old friends and trying not to get murdered.
I do frequently try not to get murdered. It's honestly my favorite thing to do is to not die.
Opposite here, and it still hasn't worked.
At least I have a higher success rate.
Raw Men is coming out. It's an arena fighter that's all about food, and where they're not putting the stress on how many times you die or how many times you kill people. They just want to see the wildest shit you can do.
The only thing I'm thinking about right now is that fucking stand-up comedian we just watched the other day.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I can picture in my head.
She liked to eat Asian noodles, and she cheated on me with 5 dudes. You might say she likes raw men.
He said 2 things about my ex. She likes Japanese noodles, and she cheated on me with 5 guys, no condom. So you could say she likes raw men. And I was like, I'm done. You got it, guy.
Oh, you're the champion.
Like, you win.
But the video showed gameplay while the creators and the IGN guy ate super spicy ramen. At one point, one guy was like, I'm gonna have to stop. I could barely breathe. And I'm like, you're doing this wrong. You don't eat at that speed. If I just shovel it all into my face because it's enjoyable, why am I in pain? And I'm like, oh, duh.
That, or he was shoveling it into his face because it was awful and he was trying to get it the fuck over with.
Oh no, he was complimenting all kinds of things, and then he ate the egg in it, and everyone's like, that's super steeped. But the game itself looks super fucking fun. Like, I was watching it, and I was just like, I think I'll get this. I'm actually gonna recommend it to Jason for the NGA game rooms, because we like to have stuff up on the projectors that's silly and super engaging and fun, and this hits that.
This is what?
It hits the silly, super engaging, and fun. It hits all of those.
Awesome.
And now, one of the most controversial games I've ever seen, but I'm weirdly excited to play it. We got to see the new trailer for I Am Jesus Christ.
Oh my god. Ugh. Okay.
Game that takes place on the journey of Jesus Christ's life in first person, coming to PC via Steam.
I'm like, guys, like, this is gonna end either wonderfully or terribly, and I don't know which one, but I guess we'll all find out together. Oh man, it all depends on the tone. If there's any sarcasm in this tone at all when this game comes out, the Christians are going to come undone.
You were gonna say Unhinged. I'm like, they started that way.
Yeah. But
Then there
like,
was 9 Years of Shadow.
okay.
This is a game that feels like it was made straight for me. It's a new stylish Metroidvania coming to PC on March 27th. The trailer showed off the Poseidon armor, the Helios armor, and the Gaia armor, all of which give you different elemental abilities, from swimming through water like a mermaid to being able to use like the fireball obstacles as a method to let you platform. And then the Gaia armor, you can travel through the ground in areas that has like perforation in the ground and just pop up in different other areas.
That's what's up.
I'm pretty excited. Then there's Proto Droid Delta, which is literally like 3D Mega Man with platforming.
Yeah, Mega Man's the platforming game.
Mega Man has platforming. This one, like the amount of platforming in it and using abilities, and like sometimes there are obstacles as you're jumping that you gotta clear, so you have to use your arm cannon or your laser sword, which the whole thing just felt like Mega Man, but it was a girl and her movements looked more natural.
Okay.
Then there's the sequel to 2064 Read Only Memories, which is a game that we got, I want to say 8 years ago, 7 or 8 years ago. It was a cyberpunk adventure game by Midboss. It was basically you were in a bar and people would come in, and then you would go and investigate trying to solve a mystery. And the new one is a sci-fi full-on adventure game coming to PC and consoles this summer. It looks a lot better. I'm definitely gonna get it. Uh, a weird game I saw that will hit a few of our friends' interests and then send them to hell.
Uh-huh.
Solium Infernum. It's a new game with the gameplay of like Civilization and Age of Empires set in hell.
Okay. Most of our friends are cool with being in hell anyway.
The game is coming to PC and it's available to wishlist on Steam. Then there was Chia, which is like the perfect synthesis of Breath of the Wild with the island setting of Wind Waker. There's combat, and you can move through the game, traverse with a glider or rafts, and or climb a tree and then shake back and forth to make it bend and launch you. And then your character has this like possession ability. I don't remember what they call it. It's like soul bonding or soul jacking, but like her left eye glows and you can possess things from objects to animals, and everything has its own unique way of moving once you in it. Like one of the things they showed was you possess a teddy bear, and the teddy bear just rolls awkwardly around. But
Well, he
you can
doesn't have
also
any bones.
possess explosives, and then aim at enemies and launch them. And then as you launch them, she removes herself from it, so it hits the enemy and explodes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was real cool. I was a big fan of it. Witchfire, which appears to be a dark fantasy first person shooter. It showed that its guns have powers by showing off the hand cannon hunger. It gains strength from critical hits. Each time you reload the gun, a certain number of your bullets will be extra strength depending on how many critical hits you landed before the reload. And it's a revolver, so it's 6 shots. So if you get 6 critical hits, then all 6 of your bullets are replaced with super strong bullets for the
That's what's
next
up.
time.
Okay. Kind of crazy.
Yeah, it was. And the guns evolve. So, like, first one, it's a flat increase of ×2 power. But after that, it's the increases as you level the gun. And then it's tier 3 ability. The extra strength bullets also freeze the enemy solid. So you can go up and just melee them. Or if they were in the air, they'll land and shatter.
Oh, I do love the status effect kills. Those are always fun.
Yeah. And yeah, then they showed WrestleQuest.
Oh, this is the
I
one I'm
know
here
you've
for.
been hyped for that.
This is the
Pro
one I'm here
wrestling
for.
turn-based RPG.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the match it showcases is a tag team cage match. And in it, we didn't get to see Randy Savage show off his abilities much because he was the one trying to climb the cage. So he basically had to spend 3 turns climbing. And during that time, the enemy would try to pull him down. You'd have to mash X. But like the guy he had with him was doing like this move where he would go and throw the enemy behind him, rush behind him before the enemy landed, and just straight up like give him a boot so he would get tossed, take the damage as the toss ends, and then the kick damage as well as the damage of colliding with the rope at the end because it was a cage.
Okay. Oh my god, yeah, I'm so excited for WrestleQuest. It's unreal.
I knew you would be.
I don't know if the audience is aware of how much I love wrestling. So much fun.
That was all the games that were announced. They also showed different shows, like a show called Rabbit Hole on Paramount Plus, starring Kiefer Sutherland.
Okay.
And it looks like it was some kind of conspiracy that his wife got murdered. Then there was a Polite Society, which was an upcoming martial arts film starring Ritu Araya and Priya Kansara. They're 2 Indian actors. They're siblings who are at odds with each other, and the conflict eventually turns to combat after one sister meddles with the other one's engagement. It looks really dope for me. Young Rock actors talk about the legacy of Dwayne Johnson and how they brought his origin story to life. They look at Picard season 3 and why it's not just more of the next generation. And the cast of Picard 3 named some of their favorite episodes of the next generation. There's a trailer for Scream 6. Like the context of the trailer given by the directors is anybody could be Ghostface. I'm like, yeah, that was always the point of the Scream
like,
movies.
that's the way it always was. That's always been the rules.
That's okay. That was always allowed.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Let's see. There was another show or movie that I had seen there. We talked about Doom that came to Gotham. Oh, The Ark. It's a sci-fi show where people are trying to survive in space, and cast members, like the cast members, not the characters, were keeping secrets from each other to like up the drama on things, and they discussed what inspired the spacesuits.
No, what inspired the spacesuits?
I don't remember. It was very blasé for me, but I know some people are going to be real excited for it.
I'm sure.
There was Quantumania cast answering questions, the Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, and they asked the guy playing Kang,
Okay.
which is Jonathan Majors. They asked him, would the butt strategy work on Kang? And then he had to have the butt strategy explained to him, and he was laughing. He was like, no, that wouldn't work. Kang's always got a contingency, and he would know that one of his biggest enemies could do that, so he would already be prepared. And I'm like, that's fair.
I don't. Why? I'm going to argue with that. I'll argue with
does
Jonathan.
all the time travel.
I will argue with Jonathan Majors that anybody planned for Ant-Man to go in their asshole. I'll argue with that because the internet thought that plan up, right? Ant-Man has been a thing and he's had these powers since the 60s. And never has he crawled in a butt to do that. And we don't have to have the butt strategy because it's not shit Ant-Man would do.
He did, actually. I'm trying to remember
I would love to know.
who with. Give me a second. I'm just going to Google. So you should go ahead and riff for a little bit.
It's wild that I would have to riff on does Ant-Man go in people.
No, just talk so I can.
No, that's what I'm doing. It's just wild that why does the internet think of shit like this? Like I'm a whole entire hedonist, right? Like, I get some of the wild shit the internet does. But the fact that MCU has been around for almost 20 years at this point, that now we're like, why don't you just crawl up the butt of Intergalactic's demigod and just make yourself real big, and that'll work. That's not. There's a variety of reasons that's not going to work, but mostly because why would you? We all know that whoever we're talking about is a supervillain, right? He would just clench his sphincter and snap Ant-Man in half. What's her name did to Maui. But if you have not experienced Maui outside of the Disney Channel, you're very confused right now. But I promise you, read up on the actual Maui of religious origins. I swear to God, you'll find out what I'm talking about, and it is bananas. Have we still not found this thing you're talking about?
No, I'm looking.
I don't think it happened. I think this is just hopeful drawing from the internet that we're remembering. Because I'd like to think that somebody who is trying to tell a legitimate story through the avenue of comic books was never like, what if we just crawled up his butt and got real big?
I don't think it was but he entered an enemy and expanded. That's a threat to know.
Oh, that is one thing. You can tell that story. I thought we were talking about strictly going up a butt.
Oh, no, we weren't strictly talking about butt stuff. Butt stuff is always on the table, but not strictly what I'm talking about.
Butt stuff is always on the table. Remember that, gang.
That's why he has to clean the table every day.
It's exhausting, but worth it in the end, if I'm honest. Like, it does get messy. It does get messy. But yeah, no, definitely a solid staff meeting from IGN.
What is it, the staff?
Look, FanFest, if you're an IGN fan, you're an IGN staffer. That's what it is. I don't know anyone who casually sits around and just talks about how dope IGN is. That's not a thing that happens. IGN doesn't have a fan fest. They have people who use their guides to get through games. And that's useful, for sure. I appreciate that about them. But to call it a fan fest is generous on the best of days.
Also, yesterday, Falcom president Toshihiro Kondo stated that he wants to make the next Trails game as soon as possible. He doesn't want to take 5 years and risk people forgetting the series.
Yeah, he doesn't want to forget about the series with 13
He doesn't want to risk people forgetting about it. He's not going to forget about the series.
I know. I was just putting together the same thing.
He wants to get all the story he wants to have told before he dies. He also stated that Yeast will be getting their next game before the new Trails games come out that aren't already slated. So that's exciting too.
That's what's I like Yeast a lot. That I've played. I haven't finished Yeast 1 yet. But I played 7, 8, 9. Those are really good. It does feel like if you just play 7, 8, 9, you could be forgiven for thinking Yeast just has a character for the whole franchise.
It mostly does.
Is it all that one dude?
Yeah, Adel.
Oh, okay. Bro, like, what kind of life are you living, my man? That's complicated.
A wild one.
Insanity.
Bendy and the Dark Revival will be coming March 1st to consoles, and it'll only be $30, which is pretty good.
Okay. I was gonna say there's only one Bendy I know, and she's busy in Australia.
No, this is Bendy, not Bendy.
Okay.
Is
this one of the things my kids are probably crazy about?
Maybe. He does like a lot of horror games, so probably, actually.
Is this the one with an ink machine?
Yeah, that's the first one.
Yeah,
this is the sequel. Then there's the action RPG, Bleak Faith. It'll be out March 10th with Archangel Studios. They just announced it. This wasn't part of the IGN Fanfest. We're done with that.
Okay, that's good.
Heather Hazen is the new studio head for Firaxis Games, the developer for Sid Meier's games like Civilization. And she confirmed that the next mainline entry in the Civilization series is under development.
Okay.
Atelier Ryza 3 went gold, and for some reason we still don't have it.
Because it's not out yet.
Genshin Impact released
So, real fast before we go into that, explain what you mean by went gold, because it's a different terminology than most people are used to with go gold.
Okay, when a game goes gold, it means the game has completed development and is ready for mass production to meet its release date.
There you go. Because most people are like, how did it sell 1 million copies? It's not even out yet.
I thought 1 million was platinum.
I don't know. But I'm not in the music industry either.
I am.
Okay.
As Andrew turns over in his bed.
Yeah, no. How much are you making off of the music industry is the question.
Oh, nothing. I'm not talented. But I saturate your market.
Oh, singing at me does not put you in the music industry, my friend.
But Genshin Impact released their version 3.5 update called Windbloom's Breath.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh
So
my god.
That's what I feel like. Somebody help me. New Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon game is coming out. Full title for this new action RPG. Is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon? Familia Myth Battle Chronicle.
Oh my. Did Panic at the Disco name this game?
No, this is more like Fallout Boy.
That's not an answer.
But no. It's
Unfortunate.
Slime Rancher 2 Song of the Sabers has released. It's an update for Slime Rancher 2, and it's updated for early access right now.
So, real fast, what is the fucking point of Slime Rancher?
You are on a planet and you catch slimes for their various oozes to develop things and to explore the planet. I'm bad at describing it. It's fairly fun, though.
It's not a tax evasion game, but I guess.
I'm going to take a break from the news while you tell them about your experience the other day.
You're not being remotely specific. I
Tax
experienced
evasion
wild
game.
shit. No, we talked about it on the last episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was the breakdown at the end, because I was like, hey, we're going through your game list real fast. What the fuck is this?
505 Games and developer The Bearded Ladies released a 17-minute pre-alpha gameplay video for their turn-based tactical RPG Miasma Chronicles, which seems to scratch that Fallout itch that I have.
Oh, I'll have to check that out. I've been on a Fallout kick here lately.
Cyberpunk isometric shooter Slavic Punk Oldtimer is going to launch sometime this year.
Okay.
And now to follow up on last episode where I talked about a food-focused action roguelike game, Cuisineer is coming out. Cuisineer? It's cuisine. So Cuisineer. Okay.
All right. I love Food Wars, so let's do it.
They released a combat demo 3 days ago for Dragonetian, which is now available. Save data from the demo cannot be carried over to the full game.
I don't know why I thought we owned that already.
It's not out yet.
Well, yeah, it is now.
No, that was the demo is now available.
You sure?
That's what it says.
Let me check the date then. I was looking at something the other day that had it.
Yeah, I thought it was already out, but this just says the demo's out, so I very much may have just been mistaken back then.
Oh, it was available for pre-order. It releases... No, it's out.
Okay.
2 days ago.
So the article from 3 days ago makes sense that it wasn't out then. Dreamlight Valley is getting a Festival of Friendship. And actually, it's already out. I have been playing some of this game, and I picked up a golden doorknob, which started this event, and basically you have to just do some friend activities for a little bit, and the doorknob will manifest a mini casita for me.
Very nice.
There's a game coming out called Alice Gear Aegis CS Concerto of the Simulatrix. It's a 3D battle action game that came out in Japan last September. And it seems to be pretty cool. The pre-orders get a 10% discount right now, but it only seems to be pretty cool, so it hasn't gotten me to where I need to pre-order it.
No, there's that. Okay.
One of the DLC that they revealed for Like a Dragonation is the Dragon of Dojima. So I can be all over. God, did you enjoy playing as him for the character of 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6? How about putting him back in the feudal era in his fucking suit and everything?
So what is the premise of Like a Dragon? Because would you say, I thought that was one of the Yakuza games.
Like a Dragon is Yakuza. Like in Japan, it's Ryuga Gotoku, Like a Dragon, and that's also the name of the studio. Ishin is a game that's set back in the feudal era, and it's basically the same premise as the Yakuza games. A person is needlessly murdered, and you're trying to solve the murder, which for most of the Yakuza winds up being a big story point.
Okay.
For the VR people, there's a new game coming out called Kill It With Fire. It's a first-person spider hunting game.
It's a solid plan, honestly.
Oh, another League of Legends story was announced. Song of Nunu, a League of Legends story from Riot Forge and developer Tequila Works. So it looks like Riot Forge is just working with a ton of developers right now, because we have coming out soon Song of Nunu, Convergence, The Mage Seeker. Yeah, just those three, but still, that's three League of Legends stories games coming out this summer.
Man, League of Legends is busy. We just keep dropping shit.
Shame they had to run League of Legends for so long before they were able to start dropping good shit. I said what I said.
Fucking League of Legends, like the core League of Legends, is very bad. And not even necessarily the game. Like, I don't like that game style, but just the community is the worst. Okay, so I see what I was looking at. Like a Dragon releases on the 21st.
It's a busy day.
But the digital deluxe edition released on the 17th.
Ah.
Which is now available for download. Happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you.
It's on mine because I don't have my credit card info for me to put onto yours. But just when you get downstairs, log on to my name.
Richard Belzer just died.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's not fun.
That for people who don't recognize him by his name, he played Munch in Law and Order SVU and Homicide: Life on the Street. but he was in like everything from the 90s through to now.
Yeah, he's mostly famous for John Munch, though.
Yeah. Even in The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, he played a character that was basically John Munch. Like his existence just linked worlds, and some of them were confusing to be linked. Like Arrested Development, he played Detective John Munch.
Hey, man. My man play his role. That's fine.
His role. Like, he's been playing this for 30 years.
I'm not going to say he's been typecast, but we all know he has.
To quote Danny Trejo, what am I typecast as? Well, you seem to be a Chicano who starts fights and robs people and could kill somebody. Yeah, I am a Chicano who could start fights, rob people, and could kill somebody. Let them pay me.
Yeah.
That was my
I'm
favorite
like,
shit. He was like,
Danny Trejo went to prison for all of that shit. Let him.
he was
let
like,
him live his life.
after they cast him in like his third role, a friend was like, "Aren't you worried about being typecast? What the hell is that?" They told him, he's like, "Yeah, that's who I am."
Yeah, he's like, yes, that's me.
I'm Machete.
I said what I said. Oh, man. So, I know it's only been a couple days since we recorded last, but what you been playing?
Mostly Soul Hackers. Soul Hackers 2. It's so good. The music gets me though because it's super soothing. And I've been just thinking about it's lulling me. I've been having trouble getting to sleep lately, so it's been very powerful to me.
That's what's up. So, what is it about?
It's about two people who are given physical form by ION, which is AION. It's an artificial intelligence observation network, and it basically, in the digital era that's happening, it's able to be a consciousness beyond that of humans. And the end of the world's about to happen, and you need to collect 5 covenants. But the reason you originally get sent to Earth is to save the lives of 2 people who are supposed to stop the bad people from obtaining the covenants. And one of them gets murked and turned to goo, so that's not an option. And the other one, it's in the first maybe 5 minutes of the game. You soul hack into them, which is where the character who is your main character, kneels down and takes their head in hers and connects to their soul. And in so doing, she converses with them and brings them back to life. And the side effect of the soul hack is that all the physical damage to the body has been healed, but not all the mental damage. There's a dungeon you go to repair friends' cognition, basically, and also to repair the damage to yourself. Because after the third person you soul hack, your character takes 2 steps and she just fucking passes out right there on the ground.
Oof, that's not great.
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, you gotta not do that." Like her best friend, the other agent that went down with her, stop doing that. She's like, "I do it when it needs to be done, so I'm gonna keep doing it." Bye.
Just don't do a die.
I won't die. I'm the main character.
I'm gonna live forever.
I've learned that the PSVR 2 has haptic vibrations on the headset.
Oh, I
don't know
did
what.
see that.
Yeah, we were watching something together the other day, and I was rather
It was
irate about the idea.
no, it was drums, whatever, drums rock.
Yeah, and I was irate about the idea of the fucking goggles vibrating on my head.
It makes sense for a musical game. I've never been to a concert that didn't vibrate every inch of my body.
That's fair. We're gonna get you the X vest.
Everything else would be a problem.
I don't know what's going on, but now, within the last 24 hours, I am now in the 3rd food-based game that's been advertised to me. This one is a Metroidvania-inspired cooking game
I
called
feel like
Magical
somebody
Delicacy.
I feel like somebody showed the gaming industry the anime food wars, and they're like, "Oh, this is a great idea."
No, it's nothing like that.
It's
These
a
are
joke.
all like,
I'm joking. It's just a thing about food. I'm trying to meet you in the middle here.
I was just being alarmed at the number of things that are like, hey, you want a food-centric Metroidvania? And I'm like,
Well, they're trying to make
take a
money off of.
Metroidvania.
Yeah, they're trying to make money off fat bitches like me.
And I'm just like, I'll take any form of Metroidvania.
That's true.
If it's bad, boy, will I roast it.
But you'll take it. That's what they need. They got your money if it's bad. They still got
Yeah.
your money. Alrighty. Well, a little bit shorter than our typical fare, but we've done 3 episodes this week. We haven't really given the gaming industry a lot of time to get caught up with us.
And to be fair, yesterday's episode
was the longest episode we've ever done. It was episode 7. On this note, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap a little earlier than we normally do. But that's okay. We appreciate you guys coming with us, joining us for another episode of Level Grinding. Again, if you want to support us beyond just watching the episodes or listening to the episodes either, we will be up on YouTube here shortly in the next week or so. I just need to have the free time in the next couple of days to take all of the podcast audios, plug them onto videos, and get them uploaded. But I'll be taking care of that in the next couple of days. We have our link tree in the description below. That's going to have links to our Patreon, our Etsy store, all the places that you can find the Level Grinding as a podcast. It's going to have a link to our YouTube once that's up, our Facebook, our Twitter, anywhere and everywhere you want to get with us. We are looking for feedback anywhere and everywhere you can bring it to us. If you know me personally, you've got my cell phone number. If you don't have my cell phone number, our link tree has my Twitter. If you don't want to do Twitter, it's got our Facebook. We respond to messages anywhere and everywhere. You can email us at the email in the description there. Any email I receive, I will immediately forward to Robin so that we both see it and we can both respond to it properly. Is there anything else? I think we're good, guys. I hope you guys have a great week. We'll have another episode up for you here in a few days. But until then, take your potions and keep on grinding.